The only problem I have is the aches and pains you sometimes get. But this keeps you going. This gets you over that.
Charlie Watts likes his role as an elder statesman of rock and roll.
Was it more fun before, or is it more fun now?
I think it's more fun now. The worst period of being a Rolling Stone, funnily enough, for me, was when girls used to scream at you. Because they used to embarrass me like man. I could never, ever see what they were screaming at. I've never really been that great a teenager, young man sort of thing, I don't think. And I quite like being like this, really. But I don't know if I'll be doing it on this level when I'm 70. I don't think so. I think there is a time where we're going to look a bit silly doing it. Yeah, it's on a really huge scale. It's still sort of 4 white blokes from England playing American music, I think.
Richards was not the only Stone who had a problem with drugs.
I had an awful dabble with them and got in terrible shape.
You say an awful dabble. What were you doing?
Amphetamine and heroin. Which is a bit contradictory in terms, but that's how I was living, and it's really bad for you.
Up and down.
Yeah. And I thought I was being normal. I forgot that I was taking this. So drinking just becomes something to wash it down with. And I nearly lost everything.
What do the Rolling Stones look like from the back?
One little arse and a little mad head of hair on my right, and one's got things in his hair now. He's got a ratchet in his tied in his hair, Keith. Yeah. It's like the army, you know. The regiment's called to arms, you know. And it's very much like that when they say we're going on to, you know, another bloody 2 years. This is a long one, this. But it's, you know, it's very regimented, it's very disciplined.
But to sacrifice 2 years at the beginning of a tour, thinking another bloody 2 years.
Well, it's money, isn't it? You know, I get paid very well for it.
Can you imagine a time when all this wouldn't be happening anymore?
Yeah.
Does it bother you?
I mean, no. I mean, I thought it was going to last a year because when this started, you know, with this band, I used to play with lots of bands, you know, and it was just like another band, and it went on and on and on. Thanks. I mean, more people like this, you know. So it doesn't bother me that it's going to stop.
Will it stop?
Yeah, I mean, it will. I mean, either we're keel over doing it, or else it will naturally stop. There'll be a decision to not do it anymore. I mean, when and what that is, I don't know. But I mean, I mean, I can. There should be a good way of stopping it, I think.
Charlie,
yes.
Caroline, the makeup lady.
Yes, go on.
She says that you live in a little world of your own.
Well, I suppose I do, really. I don't know what to say to that.
You were the first person we saw in Chicago yesterday. You were the first person we saw, believe it or not. We saw you shopping.
Oh, yeah, well, that's normal. Well, when my wife's here, that's normal.
Does she like it?
She's more of a fan of this band than I am. I never play our records. She tells me if they're any good, you know. And she likes rock and roll and dancing and that sort of thing, and I don't. And so she's more of a fan of this, but she doesn't like this and the life, you know, hotels and that. She gets very, you know, her life is the dogs and horses. This isn't her world, you know. She feels really out of this world.
But I would say it's sort of not your world either.
Well,
so if somebody wants
it kind of is in a way, because I mean, my world really would be a club, if you know what I mean. I mean, I'm much more at home in that sort of situation, and I'm sort of used to these, and I'm used to doing this, you know, because I've done it. This is what I do. The problem with this life is I think you can get really into it and that'll be it, but I do have other interests, which I like to do. I mean, I'd like to go home. I've been home 3 times in the past year and a half, I think, for very short visits.
But when you choose and you're lucky enough to be able to do this for a living, it should also give you what you want to do for the rest of your life. So,
Well, yeah, well, there's your decision, right? Do you, no, that's it, done it now, what do you do, you know?
and what's the thing you look forward to most when you've got some downtime then, when you've got...
Doing nothing, really. I'm terrible. I'm the laziest bugger in the world, actually. I don't do anything at home.
Nothing at all?
No, I get up.
Do you ever practice?
No. I get up, and I wander around for ages. I couldn't tell you what I do. I might spend an hour looking at books, or I might spend 2 hours but I don't do anything really.
At all?
No,
You don't
not
cook?
really. No.
You don't cut the grass?
Shirley is up with the horses and all. No, cut grass.
Well, you must do something. You've got 24 hours in every day. You just...
Oh, no, I don't.
You just wander
I do
around
loads of things, you know, but it's not. I couldn't really say I do anything. It's very peculiar.
You've got a couple of nice cars, but you can't drive.
No.
Oh.
No, I got a Lagonda, 1937.
You just look at it.
Yeah, really. But I do sit in it. But no, I can't drive. I really should.
Why don't you learn to drive then?
Because well, I don't know really. I'm a bit frightened of engines, I suppose.
And you've got like a million fantastic sharp suits, haven't you? You really love your suits.
No, I haven't got a million, but I've got a lot. Yeah, I may go in their place.
Do you ever throw any out?
No. Oh, some, but they're not the good ones. No, I never throw the good ones out. They're put in trunks. But I have them from 30 years ago that I still wear, you know, 20 years
You're the same
ago.
size?
Yeah, roughly.
More or less. Who's got the best bum?
Best fun. Mick, I suppose.
Has he?
He'd die if he didn't. I mean, the other night we were doing a song that we'd done forever, and the light was placed just above Kit, and I have to watch him for the ending, and I couldn't see him. The instruction, which is just a nod like that, you know,
Yeah.
and I couldn't see it, and I completely missed the end. And the sound sometimes goes through nobody's fault, just in your own mind, you race or whatever, and then you miss a cue, or your own cue, or somebody else's, and then you're you know, that's where you go, where are we? And it's too late then. It's all at that moment, you know. But that's what's exciting about it to do, you know.
Could you be fired from the band?
I suppose, yeah.
I mean, they never would.
I don't know.
They never would.
I'm not a very good drinker or drugger, really.
But you had a go.
I've tried it, yeah, and I'm not very good at it. And I didn't really like it, to be honest with you.
You were late on that, though, weren't you? Because everybody else went through the potty phase
Well,
10 years
yes.
before.
Yeah, because I've never been that...
Were you trying to catch up?
I don't know what it was. I think it was a... what do they call it? Midlife crisis or something? Yes, I suppose it was, in a way. Catch up on what, I don't know, but I went completely berserk.
I can't imagine you going
No,
berserk,
I know,
Charlie.
nor can I really.
Did it suit you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't wear it well at all, and I nearly lost everything, to be on the serious
Really?
side. Oh yeah. Yes, it really fucked me up.
Have you got a prediction for the Stones next 5-10 years? One thing?
I wish we'd sell a few more records. I mean, I do. Predictions? Not really. I don't have any. I mean, I have no regrets with this. My only regret with this life is that I was never at home enough, really. But you can't play the drums and be at home. You know, it's not a very sociable instrument like that.